Hello and welcome back to the channel. So, the World Cup is almost upon us, which means the debate about who's going to win the World Cup is back. Now, there are a few nations that probably jump out to you, the France, the Germanys, the Spains, those type of teams. But what's really tough to determine is actually if those teams are going to be good or not. The thing is, you would expect France to get to the final at least, but lately they've not been amazing. I think the World Cup is going to be difficult to predict this year, mainly because there are a lot of nations that are better now than they were in the last World Cup. Like the South American teams are on a different level at the moment. Argentina and Brazil. Their squads are just so good. Their squads are really insane. They have a lot of good players, and I actually do think it will be a South American team that's going to win the World Cup this season. I don't think it's going to be a team from Europe. It's definitely not going to be from Africa, and it's definitely not going to be from Asia. So I think it's either going to be Brazil or Argentina. I think a team like France have an outside chance, but I think it's going to be a South American team, mainly because they are really they are on a different level at the moment. They really go out far. They a very good squad. You look at Brazil and you look at some of the players they have. Marquinhos, Neymar, Gabriel Jesus. He has been amazing at Arsenal this season. So he's going to step in that World Cup with a lot of confidence. And someone like Marquinhos, fantastic centre back. They have Edison and Allison in goal. And they just have so many good players, even within midfield. You have like Casemiro, who also probably be there now. But they have such good players, and Argentina, even though they don't have the best squad in my opinion, they still have Lionel Messi and all of those old-fashioned players. I think if they won the Copa America, right? So they are on a high at the moment. I think they have a pretty good record at the moment. They have won a lot of games. The last time they won a lot of friendlies. And I think that they will probably have a massive chance at winning it, which just confirms that I think it's going to be a South American team. When you look at some of when you look at the European teams, I don't think they have it. I just don't think they can do it. You look at France, they haven't been doing that well lately. They didn't do well in the Nations League. England, even though they have a very good squad, Gareth Southgate is massively holding them back. Same with Portugal, they have a very good squad, but I think the manager really holds them back. And it's really unfortunate for teams like Portugal and England that their managers just aren't good enough, and that's what's going to cost them this World Cup. Now, Argentina, I think, do actually have a chance. France, I can't see them winning it this year. I just don't. I see them. Spain, I think they're going to take a while to win the World Cup. I think in the next I think at the next World Cup there might be challenges because they have a bunch of young players, but I don't think they're going to challenge this year. Germany, once again, they are kind of in a rebuild. Hansi Flick is doing an okay job there, but they have a lot of problems. They don't really have the squad for it. So Germany are probably out of it. Belgium, massive disappointment. They wasted their golden generation. A lot of those players are aging now. And once again, they don't really have a good manager in place. So I don't think Belgium's going to challenge it. So it leaves only the South American teams, like Brazil and Argentina are the two biggest ones. But even Uruguay, they might reach a quarterfinal, something like that. But yeah, I don't think a European team's going to win it. And it's going to be quite interesting to see how far these teams go. Like, say the Netherlands, they also stand no chance of winning it. There's no way they can win it. And it's not going to be an African team. I mean, Senegal are good, but I just don't think they can't compete against some of these the powerhouses. You know, they can't do it, and Ghana shouldn't even be in the World Cup. Like they shouldn't have even qualified. It was very dodgy a qualifying. Morocco not good enough. And Cameroon once again not good enough. You know, the African teams aren't doing it, the European teams aren't doing it, and the Asian teams definitely not doing it. South Korea, they have one or two good players, but that's about it, you know. Japan, yeah, we're not even talking about them. I think I think that a lot of the European teams will reach the quarterfinals and semi-finals, but I think it will probably be Argentina and Brazil in the final, which will probably be interesting. I really do think Argentina and Brazil will be in the final together. I don't think the European teams will get that far unless France go on an insane run or something. Maybe a Germany just runs away with it. Or, I mean, I think England will definitely be in the semi-finals. But if you put England against Argentina or Brazil, they're losing. It's done. It's finished. It's not going to happen. Thing is, the sad thing is, it's probably it's Lionel Messi and Ronaldo's last World Cup, and I think one of them will reach the final, and it's probably going to be Messi. Ronaldo's definitely not reaching the final, and it's not even his fault, most likely. It'll probably be the fact that their manager just is not good enough. Portugal will struggle because the manager is not good enough. They're in the same boat as England, where they have a good squad, a fantastic squad, a lot of potential, a lot of good players, but they're held back by the manager. And I think that's really unfortunate on their end. But if I were to predict who's going to win the World Cup, I personally think it's going to be Brazil. I just can't see anyone else winning it. I really do think it's going to be Brazil. When you look at the players they have, you know, I think it's going to be tough for any other team to actually beat Brazil. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to also be interesting to see what teams are going to fall out of the groups, you know, because I think there's going to be a few shockers. But yeah, that's my opinion on who's going to win the World Cup.